Hey everybody, this is Heather. So I finally saw the episode of Steven Universe number 73, Too Far. And it is hilarious in the beginning. But we in the last episode, Back to the Barn, we got to see some Pearl Peridot some Pearl Peridot action back and forth. Here, we actually get to see some Amethyst and Peridot back and forth. Like, Garnet's hilarious in this, because, like, in the beginning, she comes out of nowhere, and she's like, I drove the cows away. Like, when were there cows? I never remembered Greg having any cows. She's like, I chased the cows away. Like, cows? Did you see cows in the last episodes? Because I didn't. And so then she had, like, a little grass in her mouth, like a little country girl. And they were trying to fix the drill, and then Peridot actually asked Garnet to unfuse. Like, she literally just came out and said, can you unfuse now? And then she said something else, and then Garnet was able to Garnet locked her on the leash on the fence, like Pearl had an idea. And then she was like, and Steve was like, do we have to do that? And then Garnet's like, she said some things that made me uncomfortable. She was like, me, in particular, made me uncomfortable. So, and she got locked to a fence on a leash, kind of like what Pearl was thinking. And, so basically, they're working on the drill, and they pretty much got the drill planned out. They just needed the drill point, the part that goes into the ground. So they decided, so Peridot came up with this good idea to use one from one of the kindergarten injectors, because they got the drills on them, so it's good to use one of those. So Peridot says, we can go to the kindergarten, I can go to the kindergarten and get it. Garnet's like, not without a chaperone. Like, she needs somebody to go with her to the kindergarten. And Steven and Amethyst volunteer to go. And in the kindergarten, Peridot actually says some funny things she starts off saying funny things, or Amethyst thought was hilarious. But then Peridot got a little too far into the jokes, not knowing what she was saying. And she was talking about how Amethyst should be the leader of their group, but she's defective, like Pearl. So, and Amethyst kind of didn't take that the good way. She was like, defective? And then Peridot was like, yes, you're not exactly. She was like, yes, you're small. And I was like, you're small too, so you must be defective. But she was talking about how, like, Amethyst arrived way too early. Like, she was supposed to come out as a big, bulky gem, kind of like what Jasper is, but probably a little smaller. But apparently, Amethyst grew too early near the ground, which made her short and not as buff as she's supposed to be. And Amethyst doesn't really take it too well. Matter of fact, she doesn't take it well at all, because Peridot's like calling her supposed to be a soldier. Apparently her gem is a quartz, so she's supposed to be like some type of warrior, but she didn't come out right. And so then basically Peridot just hurt Amethyst's feelings, thinking it was funny because she didn't know exactly how much that was important to Amethyst. And then when they get back, after they get the drill piece, they get back to the barn, and Peridot's locked on the fence again. And basically, well, no, she's not locked on the fence. Steven has her leash in his hand, and he's sitting there while she's working on the drill. And then she accidentally turns the drill on, and the drill starts going crazy. And then Amethyst comes out of nowhere, and she's like, what's going on here? And then this drill is coming straight for her. And then she jumps out the way. I mean, she doesn't jump out the way. She's like Steven jumps on the drill trying to stop it. And it comes straight for Amethyst. And Peridot actually snags off the leash that got tangled on a rock. She breaks it, and then she pushes Amethyst out the way. And Steven was able to stop the drill. And Steven stopped. He was so funny. His eyes were all curling. He was like, "Don't worry. It's just a drill. Just a drill." He was like sweating and stuff. It was being hilarious. And then we look back to Peridot and Amethyst. We see Peridot on top of Amethyst in kind of this weird position. Oh, I can see it now. Peridot, Amethyst ships coming up right now. It's gonna be exciting. There's not much left. Oh yeah, Pearl and Garnet apparently disappeared for a few minutes, for a little while, and then they came back. And Pearl was like, "We have to start all over again." And the Garnet was like, "I blame the cows." I was like, "What cows?" We watched Back to the Barn, and there were no cows. There were no cows in Space Race. There were no cows in Back to the Barn. So where were there cows, Garnet? Why are you being so mysterious? And so basically Peridot, at the end, Peridot actually, she can't really say sorry to Amethyst because she doesn't really know, like, wants to say it face to face. So she puts it on her little recorder that she's using as a log since her fingers are gone. She uses it as a log, and she actually plays it for Amethyst, and it actually has the apology. And like Peridot was like, "All the crystal gems are defective, but so am I, because I failed my mission. I'm working with the enemy. I hurt Amethyst's feelings, and all this other stuff." And then at the end, she said, "I'm sorry." And she was like, Peridot Facet 5 and log or something like that. And the log is over, and then Peridot's like, "So you see," she was like, "I didn't know that this would be, the talk about the kindergarten would be so important to you." And then Amethyst was like, she was like, "Thanks, Peridot." Like, she actually accepted Peridot's apology. And Steven was like, "How do you feel?" Like, he said it all sympathy. He was like, "How do you feel?" And she was like, "Big." I was like, "You're never gonna be big again, Peridot." Maybe. And basically, that was the end of the episode. And sadly, too far, I heard from the creators that Steven Universe Too Far will be the last episode. It'll be the last episode before. It'll be the last episode for this year. So we'll have to wait to 2016 before we get any new Steven Universe episodes. But we may get a Steven Universe 4.0 starting next year. So let's just cross our fingers and hope for the best. I mean, even though the show is canceled, even though the show is going on hiatus for these next 2 months, it's really, we still have Fanfiction, Tumblr, Facebook, all these other places where we can look at more Steven Universe and stuff like that, so we can keep ourselves occupied until the hiatus is over. But I'm kind of sad that Too Far is the last episode. So tonight was the last time we get to see Steven Universe for the next 2 months. I think maybe Steven Universe will come on sometime around January, February, maybe, when it's 2016. So my reaction videos are going to be on hiatus as well. So you guys won't be hearing from me again unless there's something important I need to talk about until 2016. So until then, this is Heather Jones signing out. Later.